Hello, everybody. I'm Nabgeta,
What's going on? I'm Elder Tenchi.
and today we're going to be talking about the most recent death battle, 18 versus Captain Marvel, or whatever name you want to call her.
Yeah. Captain Marvel, Ms. Marvel, Binary.
Uh, Thunderbird or something like that. Or
She goes by many names, but most people know her as Ms. Marvel or Captain Marvel.
well, no, now she's officially Captain Marvel.
Now she's officially Captain Marvel.
So, what'd you think of the
I thought,
death battle?
honestly, I thought the whole thing was dope. I really enjoy. There's some people don't. Some people I know don't care for the analysis. They want to go straight to the battle. I love how they break down
Then they should watch
their
DBX.
Yeah, yeah. I watch both to the action, but I really enjoyed the analysis on both these characters because I knew a lot about 18. I did not know a lot about Ms. Marvel or Captain Marvel though. Only real thing I knew about her was the stuff I knew about in cartoons, and since then she's had a lot of incarnations, a lot of retcons and stuff like that. So to get to really get a grip on what her powers were, what her origin story was, and stuff like that. That was pretty cool. Plus, it was a good fight altogether. Whether you were for one side or the other, it was. I can't deny it was a good fight.
Well, I did think they would use 18's video game absorption abilities.
Hmm.
Because originally I thought uh, Captain Marvel was going to have this because of her absorption abilities, but
I thought
and then
so
at the
too.
last minute they threw in 18's video game absorption.
Right. I thought this too because of the same reason, the energy absorption ability. I completely forgot that 18 could do that too. Mostly because
I didn't forget that she could do it. She doesn't do it in anime.
that's
She
the
does it in
thing.
the
Yeah, you don't
games.
really see it in the anime, and plus, she hasn't really been fighting. Um,
Well, you
really,
kind of don't need to because I already have unlimited energy source.
word, yeah. But that was a surprise to me too. But the fact that it wasn't, they didn't make it seem easy or one sided. There was a few. I could remember a couple death battles that were one sided. Yes, due to research or whatever. But this
Well,
one to
they
me
don't know.
didn't.
They don't know they're one sided until
No.
they do the research.
Yeah, which is why I never can get mad at them, even though fans out there try
Well,
to be
most of the death battles are
thoroughly researched. Yeah,
fan suggested. So they're
true.
not the ones picking these battles. They'll tell you straight up, this is a battle we always wanted to do.
Right. But bringing 18's absorption into account was a pretty interesting move. I knew nothing about Gary transformation, nothing whatsoever. I should have done my own research. That way, I wouldn't have been so surprised. But you know what? I'm glad I didn't because that was a pretty interesting outcome. Like I said, I haven't read a lot of Captain Marvel, and the only reason why I knew her to begin with is because of cartoons like X-Men and Earth's Mightiest Hero Avengers. That's about it. But pretty pretty interesting. I was kind of you know what? No, I had no problem with the animation. I thought they were gonna go a little bit more towards the modern games, but whatever.
Well, animation style is whatever, but for the most part, so I like the fact that they got the person that does 18 from Dragon Ball Z
It
abridged.
worked. A bridge to do the voice. Yeah.
So that was pretty fun.
Nice touch.
Well, this fight was very entertaining. Since we haven't seen a fight like this in quite a while.
With this much energy, can't see it, but I'm using quotation marks right now.
Yes, I know, and I'm booing you in my head silently.
I don't care. I really don't, man. No, but it was cool to see. No, but it was cool to see this kind of energy from both characters. I also found it, and this is just a small thing. I'm like, you know how they kind of give you a reason why they're fighting in the first place. searching for the
vaguely. I mean, they would like to do more of
Yeah.
more in depth version of that, but they just do like a quick one.
The most in-depth one I saw was probably Superman versus Goku. Um, that's the most in-depth one I can remember. Yeah, but altogether, I thought it was a pretty cool fight.
Yeah, it was a really good fight. What did you think of the 18th throwing Captain Marvel by her hair?
Uh, that was a nice touch. In my mind, that was like, and this is real bad, but all I could think of is just superpower cat fight, because that's what it's, But that there's gonna be some, if you got long hair like that, of course it's gonna be exposed. So there's no rules in this really, so there's gonna be some hair pulling, or if you or unless they ask whoever's animating it, don't do any hair pulling. I mean, that's the only way I could see it not happening. I mean, she kind of. What did you think about the binary transformation?
She didn't transform into binary.
Well, yeah, she did.
No, she didn't.
They did.
I saw the video with commentary. They straight up said she did not become binary in this fight.
For like a short minute.
No, they said she straight up did not. It was in between. It's not quite binary, and it's a little bit more powerful than her base, but it's not binary.
Well, either way.
But it was interesting. There was no way for her to absorb enough energy to become binary. For her to become binary, she needs to absorb a crap load of energy.
And even if she did, she doesn't fully know how to control it. So
she can control it. It's just you saw the end video analysis. Even binary wouldn't have been enough. But she did not become binary in this fight at all.
Well, that's interesting because usually when they bring things like that up, they use it in the fight.
Right,
so,
but 18 wasn't giving out enough energy for her to absorb to even become binary. Binary, if you remember the analysis, needs a lot more to do that transformation.
Heroes never die.
A whole bunch. And 18 would, once she found out, probably wouldn't let her continue absorbing her energy anyways. Now, if it was someone like Goku on the hand, they would have just kept feeding that energy until she became binary.
yeah, but even though 18 has an unlimited supply of energy,
No, I'm talking about she has the smarts to not continuously feed her.
exactly.
Goku would.
Whereas 18, she likes to let her opponents wear out first.
Right, which is why she wouldn't even be able to hold the energy long enough to even transform. because of 18's fighting style
Let's get you
alone.
back out there.
To drain you as much energy as possible.
Mm.
She needs to absorb the energy. They said that she needs to absorb the energy from a white hole through a black hole, and that's already a lot of energy. And 18 is not outputting nowhere near that amount.
I'm taking care of you.
No, but in the commentary for an episode, they straight up said she never won binary in the fight.
All right, I gotta rewatch, man, and that means I gotta rewatch it. I was watching it last night.
No, I'm talking about the commentary version. You gotta be a first member to get the commentary version of the fight.
Yeah, sorry, not a first member. Not a first member, so I wouldn't have heard that.
Let's get you back out there.
60 seconds remaining.
I require healing.
I found it interesting that she was more of an alcoholic than Tony Stark.
Yeah, me too.
When Tony Stark says you have a problem, you have a problem.
You have a problem. But it really, at the same time, it doesn't really surprise me due to the fact
she got like completely wasted, and then flew off into space,
yeah.
and then I guess got space sickness.
This makes me wish I read more about her. So I'm probably gonna end up doing that in the future just to get some ideas before the movie. But it was interesting to watch. With the and they pulled out a lot of things with people know that android is not exactly an accurate term. Official human would be more of an accurate term. And I saw some of the YouTube comments because I was watching this via YouTube about that, and people were happy that they instead of just calling her Android, and they even gave us her original name.
Well, yeah, we found that out from just watching DBZ Abridged.
Yep.
Play of the game.
So,
But that'd be easier than just calling her by a number, but whatever. That's what we're used to.
there's theories behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just giving up the old life and taking on a new life with a new name.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep the name 18 and start fresh. Well,
Carol Danvers went through. She was Miss Marvel, so Captain Marvel. So
you also remember they were not doing the best before they got enhancements.
they were hoodlums, and that was their life. So, buddy, so
Traveling to the right.
it was worse in Future Trunks' timeline, but hey.
Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
But did not know about Carol Danvers' history with different names and different identities. I only knew about her history with the original Marvel, and once again, that's mostly through the cartoons. But still, an interesting story. For those who have not seen Earth's Mightiest Heroes Avengers, the 2011 series, I definitely recommend that.
And everyone.
Fine, but
Yeah, it's a really good series. Doesn't really matter which one you watch.
What can I say?
Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Avengers Assemble, whichever. They're both good.
Back home.
they're both good. They're not the same. One's more like the movies, but
Well,
Attack.
Disney's gotta make sure people recognize
oh, you
what
know
their
they-
stuff are. So,
Mhm. I'm not hating though. I just have a preference.
alright, so, I remember you saying that you also want to talk about some of your favorite death battles. So
Yeah.
what are some of your favorite death battles? And
Well, some of my favorite death battles.
yeah, let's just go with 5.
5? Oh man.
Yes.
All right. So five
There's,
and no.
yeah, there's already over 70, so we don't want to be here all day.
In no particular order. I gotta go. I gotta do it like this. I gotta go. Tails versus Luigi.
Meh, but you know you like it, so
From. Yeah. I gotta go. Probably. I was going to say Astro Boy versus Mega Man, but then I changed my mind. Because I
I
went
thought you
back.
were going into more in depth why you like the Tails versus Luigi one. Besides,
Oh, that was because that was the battle of the sidekicks. I had really, I was interested in Luigi's backstory more than I was Tails because I've seen different versions of Tails' backstory in cartoons and Archie comics. As far as Luigi, I didn't know it was awesome from the way from the reason why he has the power that he does, but it kind of makes you feel bad for him. He's depressed, you know what I mean? Like he'll do anything for his brother. He's incredibly loyal, but he knows he's in his shadow all the time, and that's what that's where he gets his power from. And I'm like, okay, that is dark, but it's not the first time Nintendo's ever gone dark.
It's not really that dark.
It kind of is. As someone who's gone through depression and stuff like that, I can kind of relate. And I know I know he's a fictional character, but hey, man, that kind of speaks volumes in a way. Yeah. As far as Tails, I've been playing Sonic games since I was a kid, and plus the cartoons basically tell you his whole story, plus the comics retcon it and all that other stuff. So it was like neither here nor there for me, but it was interesting to see these two together. Plus, the animation was dope. I gotta give it to whoever animated that battle. It was really fun. But for number 4, the original spot was going to go to Mega Man versus Astro Boy, but then I watched a couple this morning, and I gotta give it to the Ninja Turtles Battle Royale because that was just brutal. And coming and being a total a huge Ninja Turtle fan, that's why I had to switch it. It was a brutal fight. I'm glad that it would never actually happen, though. But analyzing their weapons and their personalities when it comes to fighting is like you knew it was going to come down to those two, and really Raph versus Leo at the final. And part of me still was like, man, I cannot believe he just did that. But one of them had to win, so but yeah, that's what it was. I think that was probably because of a lot of turtle nostalgia for me. But I watched this earlier today, and it's hard for me to pinpoint it, but it's either between is either between Batman versus Captain America, Tay versus Bayonetta. So I'd probably go with Dante versus Bayonetta because that was just action packed and crazy. Going in. So another one would probably be Tifa versus Yang.
Okay.
Yeah. Once again, I go into death battles not knowing a lot about one character, and I'm like, okay, this explains a lot. But I try my best not to be biased towards the other character. I just want to see these fights. I don't care really, essentially, I don't care who wins. I just want to see the analysis, and I want to see how good the fight actually is. Does it keep me entertained? That's my thing, you know. But with Yang versus Tifa, I know some people were mad about that, but it's still made for a very interesting, well animated, well voiced fight, and like bring one of those characters back for another round. I'd be down for that. Question would be, who would they fight? Then because of the last recent ones that came out, the Power Rangers versus Voltron Force, or would have been on this list, but then I got to add some comedy in there, so I'd have to say, so I got to say either Pinkie Pie versus Deadpool or Rainbow Dash versus Starscream.
Select your hero.
I can't pick. Oh man. But reason being is probably because you already know Pinkie Pie. Pinkie Pie versus Deadpool. Funny, fourth wall breaking madness. Just and once again, excellently voiced, nice analysis. It made me laugh the whole way through, and with Rainbow Dash versus Starscream,
I'll be watching over you.
how would you even put those two together? But you know,
Remember your training.
it's just funny that it's just funny, and plus
Damage boost.
because of the outcome, Rainbow Dash won. But it's like, man, okay, if this was Starscream from another generation, she probably wouldn't have much of a shot. But this was 80s. And one thing that stays consistent throughout each incarnation of Transformers, minus the movies, is the fact that the personalities of certain Transformers stay the same no matter what. Their abilities might change slightly, but their personalities stay exactly the same. So the fact that he was as conceited as he's always been, and this is the 80s. Starscream, that was basically his downfall. And someone like Rainbow Dash, who has not a conceited personality, but more of, she's very overconfident, but at the same time, it was just funny to watch. You got two Hasbro properties going at it. One is, it's like, I don't know who came up with this idea, but I go back to it all the time when I need a laugh, and that's when that's why that's probably at the top of my list. Yeah, but what about you, homie?
Well, I like the Wolverine versus Raiden fight.
Word, yeah.
Right beside
That was pretty good. I like that a lot. I have once I found out that what's it called? Well, I already knew I kind of had a feeling from the start that Raiden was gonna win. I played that game. And yeah, he has the frequency blade is what gave him the edge, because it could cut through just about anything. And then when they proved that frequency blades could cut through adamantium with an obscure character that had the Antarctic vibranium.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good. So they had comic proof that that character could be beat with that type of weapon. Which is very rare.
Right.
When they do when they analyze matchups. So. I also really like the Iron Man versus Lex Luthor.
Oh yeah, and they went through how many versions of the Iron Man suit?
They went with whatever was his, I guess, most powerful suit. But that one was really good. I like that one a lot. I liked how they explained why Lex Luthor could have no helmet, because he has an invisible shield.
was confused by that because the first time I saw the suit that suit was in
I
the
was
video.
confused by it too. I was like, there should be like an obvious weakness, but nope, he does it so you know it's him that's killing you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking care.
So that's pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely like that
You needed a doctor.
aspect. What else? I've still liked Deathstroke versus Deadpool. That's one of my favorites.
Where does it hurt?
That one was pretty darn good.
Mm-hmm.
I guess if I had to pick a ridiculous comedy one, it'd have to be what you call it, Donkey Kong versus Knuckles. The Battle of the Idiots.
Let's get
Because that episode of Death Battle made me realize what a good job my brain is doing on letting me forget that those musical numbers. Because like my memory of that series was not like a Mandela effect. No, it was like, wow, there was that many musical numbers and I just blocked it out. Thanks.
Are you
Thanks,
talking about
Greg.
Thanks. Talking about in the Donkey Kong animated series?
Were you not paying attention to what Death Battle was talking about?
Yeah, I know. I mean,
Alright.
like, I remember most of those songs,
30 seconds.
but
I'm taking care. Another victory.
I'm not ashamed to say I was a fan of that show. Even though at an early age I knew the animation was bad, or whatever, it was Donkey Kong.
There's no shame in liking that show. It's just that my brain legitimately wiped out all those musical numbers.
Musical numbers. Lucky you, I guess.
So yeah, when I found that out, I was like, wow. Can't believe my brain was like, yeah man, there's all these musical numbers. I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
But let's see, one of my all-time favorites is Snake versus Sam Fisher. Oh my god, that's one. That is one I rewatch quite often.
What about
Especially with that running tackle suplex from Flashpoint. I'm talking about Flashpoint, the Kung Fu movie, not Flashpoint,
Yeah.
the Marvel movie. For those that may not know what I'm talking about, Empty Room.
You mean DC movie?
Whatever.
Select
I'm not talking about superhero movie. I'm talking about the live action Kung Fu movie.
Mm-hmm.
So
What about Chuck Norris versus Sega Central?
Sega Santro, yeah, that one's pretty good.
That one is funny. They will just continue fighting.
But yeah,
I-
those are my favorites. So right now,
Right now.
Watching over.
I mean, I really did enjoy the Voltron versus Power Rangers one. That one was really entertaining.
Yeah. Shouts out to Matt Penn and Black Nerd for the voice, even though it was very brief, but still. Animation was crisp, and I got to see.
Never watching
attack commences.
Voltron. I had no idea they had
Do that out there.
that many weapons.
Oh,
The Call of
Yeah.
And I already knew from the start that the slow-moving nature of the Megazord was going to work against it. Anyway, I could have seen that coming. Like, yeah, it's not the most nimble of giant robots.
And it does horrible underwater.
Well, they didn't need to go underwater, so that's not
No, I'm just pointing out that's just a random fact.
Which really shouldn't make that much sense because, you know, water would make things lighter, but whatever.
Machines.
Right, but they would
And
still
that was
be lighter. I mean, they use like deep pools for astronaut training to simulate weightlessness.
Yeah, that was. I think that was mostly, if I remember correctly, that was mostly a Power Ranger thing. I don't think version the he never. I don't think they ever went underwater. But that was just a thing for the American show, if I'm remembering correctly.
And if you're talking about machines being, you know, weak to water, that should not affect the Megazord since it's kind of living, kind of not. I mean, more so the Voltron's is living, but
yeah, but in the Sentai, he's more living. Really, he's a god. So just split up into parts, just kind of like Voltron had his own life, or Go Lion had his own life. So both of them, were.
Yeah, we're not talking about Go Lion here.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying those slight differences.
Make that very distinct.
Very clear. We're not talking about the Japanese version. We're talking about the English.
Whatever we got, that's what we're talking about.
Right. Still a good death battle though.
I'm on fire. Touch me and you'll get burned.
I mean, I have rewatched a few, couple of times just to make sure I remember everything. The most recent death battle, I enjoyed that one a lot. So, I wanted to ask this before I didn't get to, so now that I brought it up again, and get a chance to ask it. So, how did you feel about the way 18 won?
Oh, by tiring her out?
No, by breaking both arms and stomping her head in.
By breaking both arms.
I'm not talking about her method. I'm talking about her literal finishing blow.
You know, I'm okay with it only because you gotta remember. Yeah, there might have been two versions of 18, but she was still kind of ruthless. Like you watch the Future Trunks movie, History of Trunks movie, and she's not pulling punches. So breaking arms, that is.
Well, she broke Vegeta's arm. So.
Exactly, and she broke Vegeta's arm. So the fact that she's already done this doesn't really surprise me. She is ruthless, and showed, and they made sure of it in that last scene. So I gotta give it to them for adding that. What did you think of it?
I enjoyed it. Some people brought up like she should have been able to absorb kinetic energy, but if what's being dealt to your limbs is more than your limbs get absorbed, your armor's still going to break.
Right.
Let me get you patched up.
So, I mean, you can disagree with that all you want, but there's a limit because there's depending on depending on a lot of things, there's not gonna be a whole lot of energy from kinetic energy to absorb.
Yeah.
It dissipates pretty fast and pretty even. I mean, there's a lot of energy in the initial impact. Anyone that's been in a car accident can tell you that. I mean, you've seen cars. Any kid like super deformed. So, but no, I enjoyed the outcome. So what do you think of the next death battle coming up?
It's wait. Is it Zero versus who again?
Metal Sonic.
Oh, Metal Sonic. Oh. I think I'm gonna enjoy that. I'm already pretty much on Team Zero at this point, but
Wow, really? I'm on Team Metal Sonic.
that's just like
This is his return to Death Battle.
yeah. This is just gonna be a bit, you know. I'm just
Did you forget how well he performed in the Robotnik versus Wily Death Battle?
Yeah, I know, but I don't. I think it's just me being I think it's just me being biased because I don't like him.
Oh, I like Metal Sonic.
I really don't.
I'll always pick him in Sonic Adventure, the battle scenes, doing like races and whatnot. I'll always pick Metal Sonic.
Yeah, I remember you beat me a couple times with that character. That's probably why That's probably why I got a problem now. But yeah, I'm gonna be. Yeah, but But honestly, I'm looking forward to it. Oh, man. Yeah, but definitely worth it. They do some great work with this show. Whether whether you like it or not, this is just it's just my personal opinion.
I just wonder what else we're gonna find out about Metal Sonic and Zero.
Metal Sonic.
Okay.
They'll probably dig up something. Because remember, there's comics too, so they're so he's probably a.
Well, I always find it interesting that they might find out something extra whenever someone comes back.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Usually find that pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm interested in what they're gonna find out on Zero because I really don't know much about Zero. But that'll also definitely be interesting.
Me neither. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm pretty sure. Metal Sonic's gonna have speed on him. Because his speed can outperform Sonic. So
I think
and that's saying a lot.
That's a pretty safe bet that he will have speed on Zero. But right now I'm still Team Zero. I don't like that character.
Well, then you're either gonna be really happy or really upset from the outcome.
Oh yeah. Either way, there's
This
something.
This is gonna actually be a fight that you're actually going to be rooting for someone for.
Yeah, and I don't normally take sides ever. I didn't take sides in the Superman versus Goku.
But this time you're gonna be taking sides.
For the first time since watching Death Battle, I'll be taking sides. Happens. Good thing I'm not putting money on it. I'm not going to. Don't ask.
Wasn't going to. I was just remembering another time you put money on something that involves some characters.
No, please. No.
I'm not bringing up exactly what it was. I'm just
Okay.
laughing about it to myself.
Talking about, so that's why I'm begging you, please don't bring it up. All right.
I mean, other than that, yeah, anything else you want to add? Maybe a bonus favorite, or anything else you want to add to the fight that just happened, or the fight up to come?
Yeah. All right. So honestly, if I had to add a bonus, Avs probably Mr. Satan versus Dan.
Alright, so what would you really like about that one?
Mostly because it actually, as with Mr. Satan, you either really like him or you just tolerate him. Lately with Super, I've been liking him more. The way that they in Death Battle, I'm like, yeah, okay, so he has strengths. It's just that if you compare that to everyone else, it really doesn't mean much. And then they bring up Dan, and I'm like, wait a minute. So
Mr. Satan is actually one. Dan's never won.
His
one was a pity.
Yeah.
Just so the other person can be left alone.
Dan has had
Zero
travel. He's used his clumsiness as his own martial arts style and even taught it to people. So I wonder who wrote that storyline.
Sorry, Blanca, for being taught by Dan.
I still find it funny how they mentioned him in Street Fighter Assassin's Fist. Even if it was just like for a brief moment, and then they bring it up again and they bring it up in the death battle. And I'm like, okay, I wonder if they were to do a live action version of him, would it do him justice? He's a crazy character, and he's a joke character, and they'll tell you he's a joke character, but some people have probably played Street Fighter as Dan, and yeah, that whole fight between him and Mr. Satan is like, yeah, I don't give Hercule enough credit. I really don't. It's not like I dislike him. It's just that his attitude gets to me sometimes. I'm like, man, you can bring it down a notch a couple times. Stop with the lying, stop with the boasting. That's what gets you in trouble. That's the way they wrote him. So.
Well, he also helped people accept what was going on, because not many people were willing to accept. Well, if they did, it'd be mass panic.
Well, yeah.
All the craziness that was going on.
How do you think he's going to explain what's going on currently?
Or things they're not going to see what's going on currently.
I have a feeling that
he helped people accept the whole cell thing. Actually, no, they wish that. So he didn't really help with the boot thing, but he helped
more with the
He helped Goku get the victory.
Yeah, he helped more with the boo thing.
I'm talking about keeping people at peace about what was going on. Their memories were wiped, so he didn't help with that.
No, but getting them to.
But he helped people come to terms with what happened with the Cell thing. Cause he's like, yeah, I defeated Cell. There's no superpowered people. It's all done with smoke and mirrors, and they accepted that.
It's I mean, he's a clown. He's a lovable clown. I will say that. Dan, as a clumsy guy, I feel pity for that character, but that's about it. Yeah, but what are you gonna do? That was a funny fight anyway. So, but that's it for me, bro.
Me, if I throw in a bonus, my bonus would be Mewtwo versus Shadow.
Prepare to attack.
Mm-hmm. Why is that?
Well, it also gives me hope. Shadow came back to fight. Hopefully, Vegeta could come back to fight.
Who would you want Vegeta to fight
I
if
don't
you
care. It's just that him fighting Shadow is very meh and very one-sided.
Oh well, you have to wait and see.
But I mean, it was also kind of one-sided when we fought Mewtwo. But at least a Pokemon got to win.
True.
Pokemon do not have a big win streak.
Right. That that doesn't really count because it was a three-way battle.
It was a Pokemon versus Pokemon, so
Yeah.
like Pokemon versus anything else, they don't have a big win streak. So
Attack commences.
I was glad that Pokemon, especially Mewtwo of all people, was able to get the W.
Right.
I was also able to find out some extra stuff about Mewtwo
Damage increased.
that
Weapon systems optimized.
that I didn't know.
Ouch.
You must fight me. 5, 4, 3,
I find it
Alright.
funny how they bring up that he
commences.
that Shao uses guns but never actually uses guns in his battles.
Hmm. It can't explain that one. I've seen the one Shadow game being played. I know
Yeah,
people
Shao the Hedgehog.
that enjoy it. I never played it myself.
It's a really horrible game.
Is it?
Yes.
So it's one of those things, either you like it or you hate it?
No, it's just following the trend that Sonic games are horrible. And this one just stars not Sonic.
That is... Ouch. That's kind of disappointing, but... But, what are you gonna do?
Originally someone on the planning team was originally wanting to give Sonic a gun, but they gave the gun to Shadow instead.
I'm taking care.
Well, he seemed like the type to use it. You know what I mean? For him.
They were trying to make the Sonic franchise a bit more edgier to keep up with the times. And instead of Sonic getting the gun, Shao got the gun.
Makes sense to me, but
They still made a bad game.
but the Sonic franchise is not edgy. I mean, the two edgy characters that you have, goals. That's pretty much it. I mean, and Dr. Robotnik, aka Eggman, is far from a
miss what he used to be.
villain. A lot
Yeah.
more threatening. Not hanging out with.
And he would not be afraid to like kill motherfuckers.
You know what? I think maybe with the new games coming out, maybe
He be a villain again.
not just a
like
comedy foil frenemy.
Like, I mean, yeah, the Sonic Adventure game is a horrible thing. In Sonic Adventure 2, he was a pretty good villain.
What?
He destroyed an entire city, killed people.
Yeah, even in Sonic Adventure 1, he was a decent villain, despite the bad voice acting and everything else that came with it. But still, game. So, but number two, you're right. He is
he is what? Either you cut out or you stop talking. Hello?
Oh, nah, I think I might. Hello.
Yeah, either you cut out or you stop talking. He is what?
Oh, sorry. I said yeah. He's a much better villain in Sonic Adventures 2. I still love Sonic Adventure 1, even with the issues it had. But still, in
Well,
2,
still
he was
has.
yeah.
They're never going to go away.
Well, yeah, but with the issues that the game had when it came out, and and even today, it's still an enjoyable game. That's my point. It might not be the best. At the same time, it's an enjoyable game, and I can name a lot other Sonic games that are probably worse. So
Ich kümmere mich um dich.
The payload is approaching its destination.
But yeah. Guess I would pick. That's my pick for the bonus. Other than that, I don't got anything else to add on. What about you? I got nothing.
nope. I think this is a nice place to end it.
Okay. So yeah, that was our discussion talk of the most recent development and some of our favorites. May or may not do another one, depending, I guess. I don't know.
We'll see. I'll be down if you are.
So we'll see. Definitely see. I mean, we might discuss. We might just wait and discuss like a bunch of ones that happen in like one big thing because just so we could have like a somewhat of a consistent time frame because it won't take that long to go through individual episodes, which is why we combine this with a small list of our favorites.
Right.
Prepare your forces.
But other than that,
Your hero.
like, comment, subscribe, do.
Mm-hmm.
Got anything else to add?
Check your streams out on Twitch and
YouTube.
and YouTube.
This is on YouTube.
And got my channel if you'd like on the Brain.
Check out Elder Tenchi here. On the Brain Entertainment. Sometimes I'm on that too. Sometimes.
Yep.
Other than that, I'm Nabgeta.
I'm Elder Tenchi. Elder Tenchi. Peace. Yeah, sorry about the cutoff there, bro.